So today I'm going to show you, we are going to learn about sales and marketing. This is another unit that is in Certificate Business Management Module 2. So the objective is that we are supposed to know the importance of sales and marketing in organization, be able to coordinate the elements of marketing mix in the process, describe the duties and responsibility of salesperson in business, and also be able to outline the importance of consumer behavior. So the first topic is nature and scope of sales and marketing. So you look at the definition of sales and marketing, importance of sales and marketing, evolution of sales and marketing, and ratio between sales and marketing. And then we have another topic that is the marketing process. Look at the elements of marketing process, marketing philosophies, introduction to consumer behavior, the meaning of consumer and organization market, importance of studying consumer behavior, factors of influencing consumer and organization. We have got the products, we have got the price, we have got the promotion, place, so meaning of a place, importance of distribution channel of distribution, functions of distribution channels, process of selling, prospecting, personal selling, that is the importance of personal selling, importance of the qualities and the personal traits required for success in personal selling, limitations of personal selling, and also challenges in personal selling. We have got customer care, very important. So meaning of customer care, role played by customer care, aspects of customer service, sources of customer complaint, and also emerging trends. We look at the emerging trend and issues in sales and marketing, challenges posed by emerging trends and issues in sales and marketing, and also ways of coping with challenges posed by emerging trends and issues in sales and marketing. So basically, these are the topics we are going to cover. These are the topics we are going to cover. So for today, we are going to look at the nature and scope of marketing. Nature and scope. So first of all, we need to understand what do you mean by what? Sales and what? Marketing. Now, when you're talking about sales and marketing, we are basically referring to first of all, need to differentiate because sales and marketing, these are two different things. So marketing basically refers to the process of identifying customer needs and wants, and be able to create value through products or services and promoting them to satisfy those needs profitably. So that one basically includes research, includes branding, includes pricing, includes distribution, promotion, and also the customer service. Whereas sales is the process of directly persuading and convincing potential customers to purchase a product or service. It also focuses on converting leads or prospects into actual buyers. Most of the time, it is through personal interaction. And for that case, we look at the application areas of marketing. So whenever you are talking about the application areas of marketing, we're talking about areas like profit-making enterprises, things to do with the government institutions, non-profit making organizations. These are most of the areas that you can actually be able to apply what? Marketing. The other thing is that you look at the elements or entities being marketed currently or today. We are talking about things like goods. So we have got goods being marketed, things like phones, things to do with shoes, soaps, things to do with detergents. We have got services, things to do with the hotel, hair, things to do with the dresses, hairdressing. And then we have got events. You cannot actually market events like trade shows, things to do with the World Cup, things to do with Valentine. You can also market persons. Like, for example, you heard of Bishop being marketed, or age, people like Oprah Winfrey. You can also market things like places, things like city, to visit states. You can also market organizations. For example, you normally see Airtel being marketed, Safaricom, things to do with Bitco, things to do with equity. You can also market ideas. For example, currently you realize that these many encountered by the many social marketers, like don't drive and drink, such kind of ideas. And then you have got things to do with experiences. Like, for example, you can talk about a trip to Mount Kilimanjaro, Lake Turkana. And then you have got a marketing of information, mainly for knowledge purposes, and knowledge that is normally created and disseminated by, let's say, universities and colleges through teaching and publications, mainly in media. Then you have got properties, mainly things to do with real estate as well as financial instruments. Now, let us look at the relationship between sales and marketing, relationship between sales and what? Marketing. So one is that they are basically interconnected in that marketing generates leads while sales actually convert those leads into customers. We have what we call collaboration for strategy, where marketing sets the brand tone and attracts interest, while sales deliver personal value and close what? Sales. And then you have got customer journey alignment. So that means that marketing manages early stage awareness and consideration, while sales handle the decision and post-purchase experience. And then you have got data sharing and feedback. So that means that sales feedback improves marketing campaigns, while marketing analytics inform sales tactics. The other relationship is that we have got what we call revenue partnership, where both functions must align strategically to actually be able to increase customer acquisition and retention. And then we have the core marketing concepts. One of the concept of marketing is what we call a need. So what is a need? We need to understand what a need is. So these are state of felt deprivation, most of which is inborn, and many can actually cannot do without them. Things to do with food, things to do with shelter and clothing. And then you have got want. So want, they basically, they are specific satisfaction for particular needs, and are most of the, for example, you can talk about one can never fully satisfy them. So these are basically things to do with that meet specific satisfaction for human wants. And then you have got exchange. So that means that this is the act of obtaining a desired product from someone by offering something else in return. And then we have the product. This is anything that can be offered to someone to satisfy a need or want, and can be a good or a service. For example, things to do with we are talking about doctor, we can talk about haircut, tangible and intangible. Then you have good demand. These are human wants that are backed by the purchasing power of the individual. We have things to do with the customer value. And this is the difference between the value the customer gains from owning and using a product and the cost of obtaining the product. And then you have got customer satisfaction. So this depends on the customer's perceived performance in delivering value relative to the buyer's expectation. Then you have quality. So quality, basically, we are talking about customer satisfaction that is basically closely linked to quality of products and services. So that one means that that's why we realize that many marketers have now tried to adopt total quality management programs that are basically assigned to constantly improving the quality of their offers and also marketing process. And that one means that they try to define as much as possible to look at the defects of the product and all that, and trying to ensure that they are perfect in nature. And that's why we have what we call total quality management programs. Then you have got exchange. So this is the act of obtaining a desired object from someone by offering something in return. And then you have transaction and relationships. These are created mainly through satisfaction of consumers' needs and wants. And then you have got markets. So the concept of exchange and relationships led to the concept of market. So these buyers share a particular need or want that can be satisfied through exchange what? Relationships. So that's why we're saying that when it comes to marketing, that's very important in our organization. So let me just look at something to do with the evolution of sales and marketing, how it was being done and how it's being done right now. So let's start from in early 20th century. So sales and marketing was geared towards product orientation era, where it was focused on mass production. Sales involved pushing existing product to customers, whereas in 1930s and 50s, there was what we call sales orientation era, where there was aggressive selling became key due to increased competition and production. And then 1950s and 80s, there was what we call marketing orientation, where there was a lot of focus that shifted to understanding and satisfying customer needs. And then in 1990s, there was what we call relationship marketing era, whereby there was a lot of emphasis on building long-term customer relationships, not just transactions, but also trying to establish a long-term relationship so that now you can have the personal relationship with the customer, meaning long-term what? Long-term exchange in terms of selling and buying. And then in the year 2000 and present currently, there is a lot of emphasis on digital and social media marketing, whereby marketing uses digital platforms, things to do with social media, SEO or email marketing, so that you can be able to reach and engage a global audience. Then we have what we call sales tools that are become digital. Sales tools have become digital. So there is the use what we call customer relationship management systems, like that one for Microdynamics ERP. We have got things to do with chatbots, that like things like live chats, and also we have got e-commerce that can enable people to sell and buy only. And also there's a lot of data-driven kind of sales tools, and that's why there's a lot of adoption of data science and so on. So I was for now I was just looking at the first topic, this one, the nature and scope of marketing. So in the next video, we'll be talking about what? The marketing process, whereby we'll be looking at the elements of marketing process and also the marketing philosophies.